barricading the nation from intruders or creating sturdy barriers in the form of invincible tanks, armored vehicles, aircraft carriers, submarines, all display the strength of steel.
Tools that make modern technology and the technology itself all owe their existence to steel.
When man's fancy takes flight into space or within an atom, it is high-quality special steel that propels these streams forward.
Even as steel transforms lives, it is the human resource that makes steel what it is. And a growing industry needs a guiding hand that can support and facilitate the industry. With this objective, the Ministry of Steel established a non-profit member-based organization named Institute for Steel Development and Growth, or Insdag, in 1998.
Insdag over the last 1 decade has performed in various areas to promote consumption of steel. First of all, we had contributed in development of codes and standards for use of various varieties of grades of steel in different end-using segments. Secondly, we are organizing a series of training programs, and till date we have nearly trained about 4,800 professionals, engineering college students, faculties, as well as other end users.
Operating from its headquarters at Kolkata, Insdag maintains a close relationship and networking with steel giants and founder members: Steel Authority of India Limited, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, SR Steel, Jindal Steel and Power Limited, and of course the Union Ministry of Steel.
As a capacity building exercise, Insdag provides quality training to teachers, students and professionals for awareness and skill upgradation.
Core activities of Insdag are expanding applications of steel in different segments of industry, upgrading skill and technical know-how of personnel working in steel sector, and creating awareness amongst potential users by communicating benefits of steel over other competitive materials.
The Institute has drawn up an innovative strategy for the advancement of technology in steel usage, coupled with expansion of demand and market for the steel fraternity. Initiated a skill-cum-entrepreneurship development program to set up steel fabrication facilities in rural areas.
Steel, one small word, but its various uses demand various kinds of steel. More than 3,500 varieties of steel in terms of structure, quality, chemical composition and size serve various purposes, including high-end specialized applications, and is called by various names. Each serve its own set of specific applications. A few examples illustrate the point. Nitro-van steel plates have been developed for ATM machines. CRV 110 UTS rails enable high-speed rails for dedicated freight corridor to ensure that goods reach us in time. Especially crafted thin-gauge, high-strength hot-roll coils go into making LPG cylinders. One substance, endless possibilities.
Not surprisingly, India consumed 66 million tons of steel in 2011. But the appetite grew. Kilograms of annual consumption per person, a far cry from the 240 kilograms per person consumed in the developed countries. The scene in rural India is still dismal. Just 4 kilograms per person annually.
India today has a production of 60.6 million tons during 2010 and 11 and stands at the 4th largest producer in the world, and is striving to attain the 2nd position in the year 2015-16.
India today boasts of modern steel plants with latest technology. Today, steel made in India can match the best in the world. In fact, India has emerged as a net exporter of steel. This a reflection of Indian steel's acclaim and acceptance in the global market.
With robust backup of conducive policies, enabling environment, modern technologies and institutional mechanisms, the steel industry is poised like never before to catapult India into the big league.
Thanks to the impetus provided by such a well-crafted vision document and the government's commitment to make it a reality, India's steel production aims to touch the 200 million tons mark by 2020. It is not without reason that industry experts are upbeat on steel and see India emerging as the second largest steel maker by 2020.
A steel plant, unlike any other industry, employs a large workforce. The upsurge in the steel sector and the massive investments pouring in ensure not just availability of more steel, but more employment as well, and its beneficial ripple effect on society.
RINL produces about 2-3 million ton of various section of long products, and at the moment we are expanding our capacity to 6.3 million ton. We have already completed physical work and commissioning activities have started and likely to start production within 3-4 months.
Similar initiatives are being taken up by every major and small player across. Even as India's largest blast furnace is being commissioned at Burnpur in Bengal, Hazira on the western coast has emerged as India's largest and world's fourth largest single location flat steel plant.
Be it RINL, SAIL, Tata, SR, JSW, JSPL, or the various foreign firms that are gearing to scale up capacity, all look forward to contributing to society by boosting a sector that sustains multitudes.
A large number of ancillary industries emerge in the vicinity of a steel plant. Steel plant townships across the country are examples of transformation touched by the magical steel wand.
Likewise, steel markets help the emergence of select industries in small towns. Ludhiana and Sonipat have emerged as leading hub for manufacture of steel components for the automobile industry, consuming a major chunk of steel production and becoming major stakeholders in the success saga of steel in the country.
Steel companies, on their part, are not just increasing capacity, but are also working on making their products more useful, affordable, convenient, and durable. To maintain an uninterrupted and hassle-free supply chain, steel companies have created huge warehouses across the country, including difficult terrains and remote areas. This is a unique initiative for enhancing and improving use of steel in rural and distant areas.
The corporate social responsibility of the Indian steel plants is legendary. The commitment to society that was the hallmark of Tata Steel and the SAIL plants is today being taken up by every steel producer. These initiatives have provided a fillip to the socio-economic development of the area.
To have sustainable operations, we have focused on all our stakeholders, making sure that all our stakeholders are satisfied, including the surrounding communities. We concentrate on CSR activities in all the areas that we operate, from health to education, taking care of their various needs depending on the areas, various areas we operate.
Development ought to be sustainable, and it can be so only when environmental concerns are duly dealt with. Steel, being 100% recyclable and environment-friendly material, provides an edge over other competitive materials.
New technologies enable steel companies to further safeguard society by building zero-effluent steel plants. Environment-friendly disposal of wastes and effluents is done. Steel companies are making concerted efforts towards environment conservation and sustainable development. efficient use of diminishing raw material is a key concern. And steel industry is working towards enhancing energy efficiency by installing technologies that minimize use of water, energy, coal and minerals.
Challenges of future demand solutions for newer applications of steel, value-added variants of customized needs for creating energy, water and raw material saving production process. This is where R&D centers are striving hard to find solutions. Centers with world-class, state-of-the-art facilities have come up in different parts of the country with specialized expertise. A strong linkage with market demand and steel plants is the driving force for these centers.
Even marketing of steel is taking on a different dimension as touch points. Steel exclusive shops and exclusive dealers' shops have started emerging. Exclusive shops where customers handle, touch and feel steel and understand its utility better. These are providing customers of steel an altogether new experience.
The future is forged with ideas. To tap the future of the steel industry, Insdag organizes a national competition every year for students for the best innovative use of steel in architecture to promote youth talent of the nation. Graduate and postgraduate students of architecture from across the country participate in the competition, which has zonal and final rounds. Amazing innovations come up during these competitions.
इस बात है प्रगति, इस बात से है नया दौर, हम बड़े प्रगति की ओर, झूले विकास का छोर, हम बड़े प्रगति की ओर, झूले विकास का छोर.
This is the future.
A future of steel in India.
An area where Insdag is actively involved. Tireless efforts are on.
And the resounding saga of success continues.
When I moved into this world,
Had my first morsel,
took my first uncertain step,
rode out a new path,
as my circle widened,
and reach increased,
when I became aware of my potential,
achieved my small goals,
prepared for the bigger ones,
as friendship turned to love,
as I learned to shoulder responsibilities,
learnt to care,
set out on new quests,
kept my faith,
expanded my horizons,
and declared, "Here I come." You have been with me all through.
Steel with you all through.
इस बात है शक्ति, इस बात है प्रगति, इस बात है शक्ति, इस बात है प्रगति, इस बात है शक्ति, इस बात है प्रगति, इस बात से है नया दौर, हम बड़े प्रगति की ओर, झूले विकास का छोर, हम बड़े प्रगति की ओर, झूले विकास का छोर. इस बात है शक्ति, इस बात है प्रगति.